I think we're starting up here. Good morning, everyone. The sun is entering Virgo even as we speak. Now, the sun doesn't really enter anything. It's just from our point of view. I'm not a big astrologer, but I, I certainly know that that's the case. Anyway, uh, it's always an interesting time when the sun enters a new zodiacal sign. Whether or not it has anything to do with astrology, uh, the, the mechanics of astrology, just in and of themselves, reflect the same universal truths that are being reflected in us. As someone uh, once said, ancient rabbi of some kind, we are the universe. Every person is a universe. And so we may as well have our own astrological realities. Anyway, the sun is entering a sign. Now, in tarot, the small cards of the tarot, like, and here's this one, the Eight of Discs. Now, the small cards represent 10-degree periods of the zodiac. There's 360 degrees, and there's 36 small cards. So each of the small cards, the 2s through 10s, represent or stand for or are assigned to. When people say they rule, no, they're assigned to. It may as well be arbitrary, but it's not. When the sun enters a new sign, 3 small cards live inside that sign. Now, in the fire signs, like the fire signs are like Aries and Leo and Sagittarius. And those 3 kinds of fire signs are cardinal, like the introduction. Hi, I'm the first fire. And there's fixed. When you're looking at fire, you're looking at me, Leo. Okay. And there's mutable. Yeah, oh hi, I'm fiery, but I can join with all. I'm really cooperative. Okay. I could be something else if you want, mutable. So the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s of every suit represent the cardinal signs. And the 5, 6, and the 7s are all assigned to the fixed signs. So the 5, 6, 7 of wands for fire would be Leo, okay? And the 8s and 9s and 10s are all assigned to the mutable signs. So mutable fire would be the 7, 8, 9 of, or 8, 9, and 10 of discs would therefore be the mutable decans of the decans of Virgo, and that's what we've got going for us today. We are entering the first decan, and I've sort of rounded it off to 0 through 10 degrees, okay, of Virgo. And there's a planet that's assigned to it too, and they're assigned in descending tree of life order, and it just so happens that the sun in Virgo, and the sun has just entered Virgo, is this 8 of Discs card. Now, there is a court card that rules 30-degree periods of the zodiac, going from 20 degrees of one sign to 20 degrees of the next. So 2/3 of Virgo. Okay. And the last decade of Leo, 20 degrees Leo to 20 degrees Virgo. So this 8 of discs, along with the 9 and 10 of discs, all live inside. Okay, it's a little more complex than that. But this is the court card for the time period we're in right now. The Knight of Discs is fire of Earth. And this is a specific decan we've just entered in. Now you'll notice I've got Enochian, that's an Enochian square, because on the Grand Cross of all 4 elemental tablets, this Sun in Virgo square is represented. Everything in heaven and earth is connected to everything else in heaven and earth. And of course, we've got a couple of Goetic spirits there, and a couple of angels of the Shemhamfers mentioned. Because Constance and I at Monday night class are working with the Book of Thoth, I thought I have it out and I'm making notes in it again. I'm going to read you what it says about, first of all, the Knight of Discs, and then the 8 of discs. Don't worry, it's very short. The Knight of Discs represents the fiery part of Earth. Nights are fire and Earth is, okay, and refers in particular to the phenomena of mountains, earthquakes, and gravitation. But it also represents the activity of Earth, regarded as the producer of life. He rules from the 21st degree of Leo to the 20th degree of Virgo, and is thus concerned greatly with agriculture. This warrior is short and sturdy in type. He is clothed in great solidity of plate armor, but his helmet, which is crested with the head of a stag, is thrown back. That's in Crowley's thing. For at the moment, his function is entirely confined to the production of food. For this reason, he is armed with a flail. The disc which he bears, moreover, is very solid. It represents nutrition. The characteristics are borne out by his horse. A Shire horse, solidly planted on all 4 feet, is so Virgo-y, isn't it? As was not the case with the other knights. He rides through the fertile land, even the distant hills or cultivated hills. Okay. In the I Ching, I'm skipping ahead here. In the I Ching, the fiery part of Earth is represented by the 62nd hexagram Sa Quo. I'm saying that incorrectly, I'm sure. This is important as it is the complement of Kung Fu, or the Prince of Cups. Okay, and he goes on. But is suggestive of the geomantic figure conjunctio. To Chinese sages, moreover, the shape of the figure gave the idea of a bird. Okay, he's so... Is it any wonder you start thinking, how is this connected to the I Ching and stuff? Okay. There's that, but I want to talk about this one. Okay. Well, first of all, let's continue to look at this I Ching hexagram of 62, because as the sun enters Virgo, it might give us an idea of the general divinatory environment that we're right in the middle of, as a matter of fact, that we're entering the second 10 degrees of it. Knight of Discs, preponderance of the small. This is my low. Keep your expectations low. Don't expect big things to come out of this. Concentrate on the little stuff. Keep it simple and unpretentious. Do the correct thing in the correct way at the correct time. So, if we're thinking about, are the times conducive for me to take great precipitous steps in my drastic, huge measures, different, or should I just kind of keep, at the moment, keep focused on the little stuff and not take huge risks or gambling, but just continue to do the right thing at the right time and in the right way for a while, okay? That's our preponderance of the small. Now, the 8 of discs. I'm going to read from both Crowley and DuQuette. Hang on for a second. Prince of Swords. 8 of discs. And I'm reading from the Book of Thoth. Now remember what I said about the 8, 9, and 10s will be representing Virgo. So in a way they go together. Crowley refers to them as the last 3 cards. And this is the first card of those last 3. He calls it prudence, and so do I. Sol in Virgo. Okay. Sol in Virgo. The number 8, Hod, or Hod, is very helpful in this card because it represents Mercury in his most spiritual aspect. And he both rules and is exalted in the sign of Mercury. In the sign of Virgo, which belongs to the decan and is governed by the sun. It signifies intelligence, lovingly applied to material matters, especially those of the agriculturalist, the artificer, and the engineer. One might suggest that this card marks the turn of the tide. The 7 of discs, the one just before, is in one sense the fullest possible establishment of matter, sort of like the devil card, he says, compared with A215. The lowest fallen, and therefore the highest exalted. These last 3 cards, he's referring to the 8, 9, and 10 of discs. These last 3 cards seem to prepare the explosion which will renew this whole cycle. That'll end with the 10 of discs. Note that Virgo is Yod, the secret seed of life, and also the virgin earth, awaiting the phallic plow. The interest of this card is the interest of the common people. The rulership of the sun in Virgo suggests also birth. The discs are arranged in the form of the geomantic figure Populos. These discs may be represented as flowers or fruits of a great tree, its solid root in the fertile land. Now, Crowley has certain of these small cards also attributed to the I Ching. In the I Ching, Sol in Virgo is represented by the 33rd hexagram, Thun. Okay, and he's got a, there's Thun right there. Big air. And it means retiring. And the complementary indicates how best to make use of that maneuver, retiring. The commentary in the I Ching says how to make best use of your withdrawal, your retreat. This is congruous enough with the essence of Virgo, the secret withdrawing of energy into the fallow earth. Populous, moreover, is the moon retiring from manifestation in her conjunction with the sun. Populous is one of the via, and populous are the two aspects of the moon in geomancy. Okay. Are you confused enough? I want to look a little bit, and I'm reading from the original old beat-up version of the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic, and see what I have to say about the Knight of Discs. Well, general divinatory meetings, a sturdy man with good instincts, a breadwinner, perhaps a farmer, an intellectual, laborious, preoccupied with material things. Can be short-sighted, stupid, and superstitious, but the idea is use your instincts. Success results in imitating nature. Okay, we've got a couple of Angels of the Shemhamferish, and a couple of Goetic spirits. Where are? Oh no, we don't. There. Okay, 8 of discs, and this should be something probably a little more specific to what we should be pondering. 8 of discs, saving for a rainy day. Plant your garden and wait, retiring as a positive maneuver. And the Angels of the Shemhamferish are Ahaya, or long-suffering, and Kahethael, the adorable. We've got Zephyr for the day demon. Great Duke appeareth in red, apparel and armor, like a soldier. His office is to cause women to love men and to bring them together in love. Okay. And Alokas. Now, Alokas and Zephyr are both dukes. And dukes are usually, in the Key of Solomon, are usually former goddesses, former pagan goddesses that have fallen out of favor with the Christian scribes that are that are copying this information from the past. He's a great duke and strong, appearing in the form of a soldier riding upon a great horse. His face is like that of a lion, very red and having flaming eyes. His speech is hoarse and very big. His office is to teach the art of astronomy and all liberal sciences. Well, can you see why the Christian monks would think that was a devilish thing? Sounds like Alakos is just too woke. Okay, let's see what hexagram 30, what was that? Oh, he said 33, I think. Crowley said. Oh, excuse me while I fumble with my books here. Hang on. Eight of, just don't want to spin my wheels unnecessarily. Eight of Swords, or Eight of Discs. Yes. Our Eight of Discs, Crowley assigns to the 33rd hexagram, which is retreat. So, just to review, we've got a couple of indications of what the time is kind of good for, what the cycle, this moment in the cycle is kind of good for, and what we might do or not do that would be wasting our time or spinning our wheels. And we were counseled to do the small things correctly for a while and focus on doing that. And we're also being counseled by this Eight of Discs to retreat. Perfect time to retreat. Now, while it's not a life and death struggle. And you still have some powers of influence. Little acts of resistance will keep the enemy from advancing too far. They go together pretty well, I would say. Anyway, that's that. And I think probably the most I can hope that you've gotten out of this sort of scattered visit this morning. Following the command rant that if you look hard enough at anything, you'll eventually see everything. It's nice to use these landmarks of our sequential events of life, such as the sun going into one sign or another, sort of marking the beginning of seasons that we're all, whether we like it or not, we're all sort of synchronized, generally the same. And see what message, what advice it has for you. It's not much different than waking up in the morning and looking outside to see if it looks like it's going to rain today. You really have no control of whether it's going to rain today or not, but you do have control over how you're going to dress. So, anyway, that's it for today. I love this this period of time as far as the great alchemy of tarot is concerned, because we're coming up on the very end of the tarot sequence year, which is the 10 of discs. The 10 of discs, and this is the opening act of the 10 of discs. It'll end up with Mercury in Virgo, in Earth. And the only place for the tarot to go from that point is to start all over again. That's the magical event. That's the spark of the spark plug that ignites a whole new piston stroke of existence. So it's very important. And in Crowley's Thoth Tarot, he tells this this alchemical story. Starts with the Mercury card with this Orphic egg flying in from non-existence, ready to get itself fertilized, worked on, incubated, and finally hatching, only to be withdrawn again, and the cycle starting again. And so the 8, 9, and 10 of discs are very important because they're approaching the lowest of the low. They're approaching the foundation, coming through the foundation, number 9. They are manifesting finally on Tree of Life terms, the kingdom, number 10. And the kingdom number 10 has to be the signal for the reestablishment of the whole cycle all over again. And so they're pretty sacred cards. That's why I put the Princess of Discs, because she's the lowest of the low of the court cards. That's why I put her on the cover of Understanding Crowley's Thoth Tarot. Anyway, oh God, I didn't know I was going to ramble on this much this morning. Well, anyway, until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. I'll see you for Saturday morning cartoons. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.